Okay, let's dive into a skill that honestly separates the good marketers from the truly great ones. We're talking about S5, which is all about how to become a real consultant. And to really get our heads around this, we're going to follow the story of Jody. She's a super capable level 6 apprentice over at IBIS stores, and she is about to hit a challenge that could pretty much define her whole career. So here's the big question she's facing. How does she master S5 and actually become a trusted marketing advisor? You know, for a lot of apprentices, this skill can feel a bit fuzzy, a little intimidating. But trust me, it is the absolute key to shifting from just doing marketing tasks to actually leading marketing strategy. So feeling a bit lost, Jody does what we all should do. She turns to her mentor, Adam, for some advice. She needs to get a real grip on what this whole consultant thing actually means day to day. Adam kicks things off with the official definition. But let's break this down. The magic words here are trusted advisor. This isn't about ticking boxes on a to-do list. It's about being the person who can properly diagnose problems, weigh up the options, and actually influence the direction the business is going. It's a massive level up. Now, this is where it gets really good. This is the analogy Adam uses that makes it all just click for Jody. He says, think like a doctor. Diagnose the real problem before you prescribe a solution. You wouldn't just hand out marketing pills for every little headache, right? No, you've got to find the cause of the headache first. All right, so let's see how this whole doctor mindset plays out in the real world. Armed with this new way of thinking, Jody gets a project from her manager, Riddle, and it is the perfect opportunity to put these new skills to the test. So Riddle's request seems simple enough, right? Jody, we need a promotional campaign, something simple just to boost sales. Now, the old Jody, she might have just said, yep, on it, and started designing flyers. But a consultant doesn't just take orders, they investigate. And this right here perfectly shows that skill in action. Instead of just jumping straight to making something, Jody follows this really clear diagnostic process. She listens, then she digs into the data, she identifies the root cause, and only then, after all that work, does she recommend a solution that's actually backed by evidence. So what did she find in all that data? Well, it turns out the root cause wasn't a lack of promotion at all. The real problem was that the product was positioned all wrong for their target audience. This is a total game changer. It lets her go back and challenge that initial idea, but constructively, because she's got the data to prove it. Okay, so after successfully convincing Riedel and totally shifting the project's direction for the better, Jody's next move is to turn this whole experience into some powerful evidence for her portfolio. And for that, she meets up with her coach, Olivia. Olivia makes it super clear. For your APTM portfolio, you're not just trying to show you completed a task. You have to document your consultative leadership. That means using formats like advisory reports, business cases, or stakeholder briefings. Your evidence has to scream, I didn't just do the work, I influenced the thinking. The absolute key is structuring your evidence so it tells a really compelling story. Jody creates this advisory impact review, and look how perfectly it breaks things down. Here's the context, here's my rationale for pushing back, here was the amazing outcome, and here's what I learned. This format proves she didn't just do a task, she added real strategic value. Her portfolio is looking rock solid now, so Olivia starts prepping Jody for that final boss battle, the endpoint assessment, or EPA, where she'll have to talk through her skills with an external assessor. Olivia explains that the assessor is going to ask really specific questions designed to test this exact skill. A classic one is, describe a situation where your advice influenced a strategic decision. They want to hear that story of you being a consultant, in your own words. And because she's prepared, Jody can now use her IBIS Stores project to give a distinction-level answer. Just listen to the keywords here. I acted as a consultant by diagnosing. I challenged the assumption. My advice was adopted. She is proving she can diagnose, challenge, and influence, hitting all those key S5 competencies. It's perfect. So by mastering S5, Jody hasn't just passed an assessment. She has unlocked a genuine career-defining superpower. She's made the leap from being a marketing doer to a strategic advisor. This slide just sums it all up, doesn't it? S5 is what takes marketing from being this reactive support team to being a proactive, strategic partner in the business. It is the difference between just executing tactics and actually getting to shape the strategy. And really, that's what it's all about. This is how you build the trust and the credibility you need to earn that seat at the table. When you can diagnose problems and give evidence-based advice, you start shaping the major decisions that really drive the business forward.
And now, it's over to you. Thinking about Jody's journey, what's the first problem you're going to diagnose in your own work? How are you going to start using this consultative mindset, starting today?